the CEO's wheelchair brakes totally gave out, and he was pretty much heading straight for this big truck coming at him right when things were looking really bad. This girl, who was just heading home after, her spiritual practice, happened to see it all go down. She just, calmly spread her arms, then totally channeled all her inner power, and forced both vehicles to stop. Wild, even the two dogs nearby were, stunned, seeing that it was pretty much like a fairy just dropped in. Seriously, turns out, the girl was a sorceress from Woji Mountain, and she'd been super good at lightning spells since she was little, but she always ended up blowing up her own house. Her master was just about to get up when his disciple stopped him, and then she, waved her hand and conjured a bolt of lightning. The lightning, sapped her master and turned him into, a piece of charcoal. This time, the master was totally fed up. He felt like if he didn't kick this disciple out, he probably wouldn't get any peace and quiet on the mountain. Even though the girl was kinda sad, she had no choice but to go back to her birth family, the one that had kicked her out in the first place. But guess what? As soon as she got home, they wanted her to marry the disabled CEO instead of her sister. Just then, the assistant was about to thank the girl, but, she had already vanished. The CEO had no idea, but his destiny with this girl was just, getting started. The CEO's grandma was live streaming every day, looking for a granddaughter-in-law, hoping to have a descendant for the Liu family before, she passed on a seeing his grandma, who was pretty old, still stressing out for the family. The CEO felt a mix of emotions, for sure. So he called his assistant, got the lowdown, and immediately decided to go visit the Mu family, who he had, a childhood engagement with that he didn't even expect it. But as soon as he walked in, he heard the Mu family talking smack about him, but he was totally planning to, teach them a lesson. But when he got closer, he realized the childhood fiancé his grandma had picked was the same girl who had just saved him. The guy was kinda mesmerized, and didn't really dwell on it, and when the girl saw the CEO, she thought about finally getting out of that house, so she, readily agreed to marry him. Just like that, they got hitched super fast. When they were taking their marriage certificate photos, the husband couldn't stand up, so the photographer couldn't get the shot. Then, the woman just single-handedly lifted her husband up, letting the photographer finish the pictures. So cool. Not only that, the woman just, poked a few needles into her husband's thigh, and this husband, who had been disabled for 25 years, was totally cured. Amazing. After they got married, the CEO totally doted on her, and the girl, using her medical skills, gradually helped the CEO get back on his feet. But since they didn't really have that, romantic connection yet, they decided to just start as friends. So from then on, the CEO always brought his wife to important events. At one party, the girls, not so great parents also showed up, and when they saw this whole thing, they were totally shocked.